So the next step in this process, I'm going to show you how I take the cosmoline out of the wood. This stock is not that bad, but over the years, the sheen, the nice glossiness of the stock has deteriorated, and they dip these rifles, I'm almost sure, in cosmoline. Now this is not the worst I've ever seen a stock, but I can feel in my fingers there's cosmoline on it. I can smell it. So what I end up doing, and the best way to do this is actually to use crud cutter and cheesecloth. And what you do is you wrap your stock with the cheesecloth all the way around it. Now I can't find my cheesecloth. I don't think I have it. So what I'll do is use a shirt. Anything that can absorb the moisture. And I'll just do a small piece of this for you. You spray it on and you let it soak. You can work it in there with your hands like so and put another piece of it so you can get some absorption going on here. And I'll show you what happens with the crud cutter. You can actually spray a little more if you want. Just press it in there. And the best thing to do is let it sit, but for the video I'll show you that, just a really quick example of how this crud cutter pulls. Now again, it works 1,000 times better with cheesecloth, but I don't have cheesecloth, so I guess you can use what works, what can work. So I'll show you. Look at that. It just pulls the cosmoline right off the stock. See that? You just put some pressure on it. Now, I wouldn't scrub it. I mean, you can if you really want to, but I like it to just pull up on its own so you don't damage the stock any further. Look at that. That was just for, what, 30 seconds, a minute. And already, you could see it pulled up a lot of that. And you could just take a little dry patch of it and just go over nice and slow. But what the crud cutter does, it absorbs into the wood and pulls up by the absorption of the cloth, whatever you use. And you can see the difference in the wood already. So it did a nice job just in that little bit of time sitting in there, pulling up all the nasty greases and cosmolines and whatnot. And it's amazing too, when you do this, you end up seeing things on the rifle that you never thought were there, or never knew they were there because they're so crudded up. So I'm going to do the whole stock, and just to show you really quickly, I mean, look at the difference. I mean, just to show you really quickly too, you don't have to do it exactly that way, like spray it onto the cloth. You can, you know, douse it down, especially in applications where it's really, really dirty. You know, spray this thing down really good, get it nice and wet, and then you just wrap it up. Wrap the whole thing like you're wrapping a gift. And that crud cutter will work really well. So roll it up, and then just put some pressure on it. If you want to hit it again, you could do it. And just let it sit there. Just let it sit there for a couple hours. Spray it good. Flip it. Spray it again. I mean, the shirt's going to be unusable, but spray it and just leave it wrapped. And then when you're done, you can throw the shirt away, and most of the crud is going to be gone off the stock. Pretty cool. This is the clean stock after I used the crud cutter. Nice and clean, no cosmoline anywhere on the thing. It's more down to the, kind of like almost down to the stained wood. There's no rot in it anymore. The crud cutter does an amazing job. And again, you could even go a little further if you had the cheesecloth, but this stock was in good condition anyway. So that's the update so far on this. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.